watermelon in front of these white people.
I don't know if it's that conscious. I mean,
certainly it is.
I don't know that it's always that.
They got
conscious.
watermelon at the house.
No, I mean, I think that
I'm talking about white supremacy.
That
how it affects you.
I think that black people, I think that people of color do things, discriminatory, racist things all the time, unknowingly as well. You cannot just put all of that on white people. I mean, I'm sure there's things that I do on a daily basis or say on a daily basis.
They was trying to act white. No, they weren't even trying to act white because white people ended up eating the watermelon, but they didn't want to act stereotypical in front of these white people. They bought all into the system.
You're talking about the black people that
the
were
black
present.
people. Yeah, they would not dare touch the watermelon. They do anything else before they touch that watermelon.
Yeah, I'm not sure that that's just a white-black issue, though. I think that that situation could be reversed. Huh?
They would not eat that joint in public.
Watermelon is definitely a black issue.
I love watermelon.
I'm not saying that it's not a black issue. I said I don't.
Call us in if you like watermelon.
I really think that black-white issues. Watermelon was the case in this particular instance, but I think in another instance it could have been the reverse. I'm not going to partake in this because that's too white. Whatever. It's an American, very American-based thing to be so fully encompassed with race. Like until I went to college, I have never experienced racism. Like until I was 18 years old, I had never felt.
You just never been enough places.
No, I have most definitely been to many, many places. I am a very worldly individual.
So you've never been around white supremacy?
I had never been in such a non-diverse environment before. So is what happened.
As having a Latin background, you've never experienced anything in that culture where there's a definition between being darker skin and lighter skin?
I'm not saying that. Having a difference in color is different than experiencing racism, though. So because I come from a Latin Nicaraguan-based family, but we have multi-races in our family, I never experienced discrimination within until I was 18, like I said, until I went to University of Florida, I never experienced that. It was just such a completely different environment. We never even identified ourselves by the color of our skin or our race. We identified ourselves based on our culture. I'm a Nicaraguan, my ethnicity, I am a Nicaraguan woman first.
And that's beautiful. And the beautiful thing about saying Nicaraguan, you identify with the landmass that you were from.
Absolutely. And there's black, white, Chinese, so much in there.
That's where we fail saying black and white. We don't identify with the landmass.
No, white people don't fail from that because they're like, I'm Irish, I am Italian, I'm British.
I wish white people would say that more, but I hear white. I hear white.
That's after the fact.
No, I don't have that. Like even the kids that I teach in school, they're always like, oh, I am half Irish, half Jewish.
I never hear that. I don't know what any of my white friends are.
That must be the millennial generation.
Well, I'm sorry. The babies are definitely telling me, and I'm like, oh, I'm black.
But that's a good thing, though. I don't see why that's a bad thing. Like identifying with where you're from or where your parents are from. To me, it's better.
It's a bad thing.
It's better to say that you're Irish or you're German or whatever,
and
lead with your white.
The only race can do that. Besides Latinos,
any race can do that. No,
black people can't do that.
No, you can be. Yes, you can. No, you choose not to. It's a conscientious choice.
You're American.
You are absolutely lying right now.
I don't know what part of I don't know if I'm Nigerian or Ghanaian.
Well, then find out.
Okay, I can do that work, but in the day I wasn't brought up to believe. Okay, this is my homeland. And I claim this, like the way that you were as being Nicaraguan.
But it's a choice at this point in your life.
Okay. It's not a choice because this is what you've always had. It's different. Like,
but check this out.
So you don't have choices right now?
It's not about right now, Sharada.
But look.
It's about the idea that I was not brought up to believe in that. And so when you have kids, not just me, but all black children here in the United States, they don't know.
Right, but look, this is
you're from Kentucky. That's where you're from.
But check this out, though.
From Georgia.
And that's fine.
But look.
It's not fine.
That's okay.
To you, but you have the
Wait, listen, I figured this out. I figured this out years ago. All right, so listen.
Okay, we're gonna listen to you.
This is the problem. If you listen to people in the 60s or the 70s, they'll be like, I'm Negro. Like you listen to James Baldwin, I'm a Negro.
Right.
You listen to Jesse Jackson, we're African American, and they're standing for that, right? The problem with that division is you're almost American.
But you're not quite.
Not quite, not yet. However, if you identify your birthplace with a landmass, embrace the fact that you are American. Now, if you could figure out if you're Senegalese American or South African American, then you figure that out later. But for right now, you're American.
But American is not
but
an
look,
identity.
But look, the problem that white supremacy has with you saying I'm American is that means that you would grow up thinking that you had the same rights
And freedoms.
as George Bush's babies. That's a problem for white supremacy. So fighting for saying I'm African American is the snickerdoodle in the game. They just getting over on you with that. They just getting over, and like if you grew up thinking that you were American, and which these babies who see Barack Obama and Michelle and Sasha up in them in the White House, they gonna grow up saying, "Yeah, I'm a proud American." That's gonna challenge white supremacy so much because they're gonna walk in a room saying, "No, that I want to sit right there," or "That's mine. That's mine. I'm American," and they're gonna expect that.
So let me ask you guys a question: do you raise your children to believe that they are
Yes,
American?
hell
first?
yeah, you American.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
You
I don't.
are